Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. And in our top stories today, we have one right here for you guys that leaves more questions than it does answers. And the media already is terrible at finding actual details. So I just wanted to share this with you. I found it fascinating myself. A missing woman from California was found dead in western Arizona nearly a month after she tried calling 911 for help. Amanda Nenigar was reported missing from Blythe, California, 1 month before she was found dead in Arizona. And it turns out she tried to call for help. So this is one of those situations where it's all about situational awareness, knowing where you are, knowing your surroundings, taking advantage of technology, knowing how your phone works for GPS or even having a GPS. Just, of course, it's just a combination of things that can happen, right? Because even in preparing this particular, preparing this for you guys, it's late at night, I'm tired, and I actually turned everything off. So everything I had looked up, everything I had researched, I had to go and find all of it again. So I can totally understand these things can happen, but this is just amazing to me. La Paz County, Arizona, a California woman found dead in western Arizona tried calling for help after she crashed her car in the desert, according to a California Highway Patrol 911 call. The La Paz County Sheriff's Office said Amanda Nenigar, 26, was found dead 1 month after she was reported missing. "Are you guys going to find me?" Nenigar asked 911 operators. Nenigar told the operators she fell asleep while driving and crashed her car in the desert. She wasn't sure which road she was traveling on or which city she was in. So, again, situational awareness. Know where you are. Have an idea of your surroundings. Now, there's so many questions, like I said. Was she from here? Was she visiting a friend and going somewhere different? Well, is this an area she's familiar with or not? I would think that if you're not familiar with an area, take these things into consideration. Nenigar told the operator she fell asleep while driving and crashed in the desert, as I just said. She wasn't sure which road she was traveling on or which city she was in. She also was confused about how long she had been out there. I'm curious, so she was sleepy, fell asleep driving, and then just the car rolled out into the desert, and then she just woke up. It's just, yeah, it's weird. "Everybody is probably worried and sick about me," Nenigar said. One operator instructed Nenigar on how to find her coordinates in Google Maps, which he said placed her in Blythe, California, a town on Interstate 10 just west of the California-Arizona border. And I'm going to show you all that here in a minute. He told her they'd be looking for her there by air, but police never found her. Even though she gave him her exact coordinates in the beginning of the 911 call, which is fascinating to me, he still did not find her. They didn't find her. Marissa Nenigar, Amanda Nenigar's sister, told 12 News. 2 weeks after Amanda Nenigar went missing on February 27th, her car was found in a remote area of La Paz County, south of the town of Cibola. And here's what's fascinating about this, because I pulled all this up, and as I said, I ended up closing it out. So she was in Blythe, saying that she was traveling to Palm Springs, okay? Now, the La Paz County area is right here. These are the sheriff departments that were dispatched to find her. No, so she was somewhere in between Blythe and Palm Springs. So it's difficult to say where she was. And it's just another showing you the county of La Paz. Is it La Paz? Yeah, La Paz. And so the distance here is 1 hour and 56 minutes, or 120 miles. Of course, we don't know why she was traveling there. We don't know where she's actually from. We don't know if she was in contact with people that were awaiting her arrival. Again, so many questions, but in this 120-mile trip, it's totally understandable. It looks like there's a lot of desert here. I'm not familiar with the area. I'm going to pull all the way out so you guys can see that this is part of California and part of Arizona, so you can just kind of see it a little bit better there. But, yeah, having that situational awareness is so important. So from the Los Angeles Times, what happened to Amanda Nenigar, a California woman who called for help from the desert, is found dead. It's just a little bit more of the story here. And then, of course, the family talking about it. The case generated such interest online that authorities had to request on social media that people stop calling 911 to ask for updates. In another post following news of her death, the La Paz County Sheriff's Office wrote that people should please respect the family during this time and avoid spreading rumors and assumptions. It's totally understandable. Absolutely amazing. I mean, just, I don't know, maybe the media was trying to give them space as well to kind of ask some basic questions. Nenigar's family reported her missing February 28th after calls to her phone went directly to voicemail, and she never called back. A day earlier, Nenigar had left the hotel where she was staying. Okay, so maybe she was in an area she's not familiar with and was traveling in an area that she was not familiar with. She was staying in Blythe at 3:44 a.m., according to the surveillance video from the hotel. About 3 hours later, she called police to report that she had driven off the road. So 3 hours later, and that drive that she was on is from Blythe to Palm Springs is an hour and 56 minutes. That's amazing to me. I mean, this is just absolutely extraordinary. About 3 hours later, she called police to report okay, so maybe she fell asleep for as long as an hour or more. It's weird. She told the dispatcher she was trying to get to Palm Springs, okay, from Blythe, which we just showed you. From Blythe, she's trying to get to Palm Springs. Excuse me. I think I fell asleep at the wheel, she said. I was tired, so I went to go to pull over, but I think I ran off the road. Okay, what? I was tired, so I went to go to pull over. So she was tired, and she went to stop to pull over as opposed to having fallen asleep while driving? In the nearly hour-long 911 recording, Nenigar attempts to work with the dispatcher to give her location, but she doesn't have cell service and can't recall what road she was traveling on. Another important thing if you're traveling. Know where you are. Know the location. Now, of course, I'm being very critical here because I know the way I am when I do things. Like when I was working as an Apple specialist and I had to go to different locations throughout Atlanta, our tech person would have maps and Google coordinates, everything I needed, GPS, everything I needed to get to where I needed to go so we know the times and the travel and traffic and all these things. So this is kind of the way I plan things out myself. At one point during the call, she reads off coordinates, but the dispatcher struggles to pinpoint her exact location. He mentions that her phone is hitting off a tower in Palo Verde, California. During the call, Nenigar tells dispatchers, people are trying to kill her, and she is attempting to get away? Her mother, Jamin McBroom, said Nenigar struggled with her mental health and battled addiction. Okay, so it's just, like I said, it just creates one question after another question after another question after another question. She was trying to get through it, she said. Her mind goes through psychosis when she's withdrawing and when her body's detoxing, and I think that's what she ended up out there. Okay, so again, so many possibilities that could happen here. About 50 minutes into the 911 call, Nenigar tells the dispatcher she's scared. Are you guys going to find me? She asked. So perhaps part of her mental illness and the things that are going on and just kind of a lackadaisical approach to where you are, your surroundings, where you're going, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish. Now, of course, it's easy for me to sit here and make all of these sideline criticisms about this woman who obviously has a lot of issues and doesn't know where she is and is traveling somewhere for we don't know what reason. Maybe they don't want to say because of the mental illness and other things, that so as not to give out personal information. But I find it fascinating, all of this. And I would like to hear from you guys. I'm going to have to cut this off because I want to make it for the other, make it in time for the other ones, but make it in time constraint of the other platforms. But nonetheless, I just wanted to share this story with you. You guys can look this up yourselves and Google it and look it up. But yeah, guys, a fascinating story. But I want to thank all you guys across New Tech, Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, and of course here on YouTube for your guys' continued support. And appearing there on the screen, that would be the channel icon. You guys can click on to subscribe to the channel as well as select notifications. And I'll see all you guys in the next video.